Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Juliet. In this video I will be sharing with you how to make a circle dress with dropped yoke. So here I have my paper. I'm marking my shoulder to half length. So from the top here I'm marking the shoulder to half length, and then up here I'm going to mark half of the shoulder measurement I'm working with, which is 7 inches. I came down a little bit and I marked 7 inches again, and then I'm marking armhole of 7.5 inches. So I'm going to connect that into a straight line, and then I'll roll it out down here like so. That is the armhole, and then this is the length of the half length rather. So next I'm marking 3 inches here. This is the shoulder line. I mark 3 inches from the center, and then I come down by ½ inch on the armhole line, and then I'm going to connect in a slant. That will be the shoulder slant, and I also extended it a little bit, as you can see. So down here I'm marking quarter of the bust measurement I'm working with. This quarter of the bust measurement plus 2 inches extra for allowance. Then down here I'm marking quarter of the waist measurement plus 2 inches of allowance. That's the half length round. So I've connected both points together. Next I'm going to mark the armhole. So next from the shoulder I marked 5 inches, which I later changed to 6, but for now I marked 5 inches. That's for the yoke. And then from this armhole line I came down by 2.5 inches. So at that point, that 2.5 inches I came down by, I'm going to mark quarter of the round armhole, round the shoulder measurements. So I'm connecting in a curve from that shoulder point down to that place I marked quarter of the round the shoulder measurement. So 2.5 inches from the shoulder, and then quarter of the round the shoulder measurement, and I measured that curve to be sure that I have at least 4 inches. Then I'm connecting into a straight line to join the yoke. That's the 5 inches that we came down by. So next I'm marking neck width of 4 inches, and then neck depth of 4.5, I think. Okay, I marked neck depth of 3.5. So 4 inches wide and then 3.5 inches deep. So I connected that, and then I'm going to curve it out with my armhole curve. So next off I went ahead to increase the yoke from 5 inches. I marked 6 inches, so the yoke is now going to be 6 inches deep, and then I connected from the armhole side to the 6 inches, which is going to be our new yoke for now. I saw that the 5 inches was a bit too shallow for me, so I added. So next I'm cutting out. So this is it, all cut out. Next I'm going to be placing the yoke on this lace fabric and we'll be cutting that out. So I folded it into two, folded the fabric into two, as you can see. And this yoke is going to be for both the front and the back. So both front and back are the same. There's no zip allowance. It's a circle dress. So I'm placing it like so. So making sure the center point is on the folded edge. So I'm pinning it down so that I hold it in place with the pin. So next I'm adding ½ inch of allowance all around the down part, marking ½ inch, and then on this side I'm marking ½ inch as well. So the rest of the yoke I'm going to cut it exactly the same. So this is for the front. We're going to place it again and cut a second one, which will be for the back. So now we have two of them all cut out nice and smooth. So next up we're going to cut the remaining part of the dress. I have 3 yards of Ankara fabric here folded into two. So I folded 3 yards of Ankara fabric into two equal halves, and then I folded again in form of a triangle like so. So now it's folded into 4. So this is what we have now. So this is our pattern. I'm going to place it on the material like so. So you can place it that way. That way you have less, it will not be as full, but I placed it in the middle. So we are going to be cutting it with it placed in the middle like that. So after pinning that, I'm going to place my tape from 6 inches. I'm going to place 6 inches at the top of the paper, as you can see, like so. Then I mark the length of my dress plus extra 2 inches of allowance. So I was making a short dress for a not so tall person, so this was exactly, I had exactly what I needed here. So if you're a bit taller or bigger, these 3 yards may not be enough for you. So I'm placing the 6 inches like so, and then marking the length of the dress plus 2 inches of allowance all the way around. So on this upper part, we're going to trace out the armhole like so, and then cut it out, straight out like that. Now I'm cutting. So if you're still watching at this point, please give this video a like. It will mean a lot to me. Also subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and click on the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I post a new video. And also join our Facebook group. It's called First Breed Fashion. Thank you. So this is it all cut out. I'm going to open one end here. So this side, one of it is folded, so I'm going to open that out. That way we have 2 pieces, one for the front and the other for the back. That is it for the lower part. So we're going to cut lining pieces for this lower part, both front and back. So here I'm cutting the sleeve. We're going to add a tiny sleeve with elastic to the dress. So I'm measuring this point. I'm going to place that exact measurement here. So whatever you get there, you measure it here. Then I'm marking the length of my sleeve plus seam allowance. The sleeve has an elastic, so I added extra 2 inches so I can make an elastic casing. So from that point we marked up, I placed the armhole exactly on it, and then I traced it out. I'm connecting this side straight down, and then I'll be cutting it out. So that's it for the sleeve. Here I'm pinning the lining to the lower part of the dress. I cut the lining exactly the same for the front and the back piece. I'm pinning it on the down part. I'll go and sew it around for both pieces and then turn it to the right side. And then for the yoke, I'm going to place 2 of them together, both the front and the back, right sides together, and I will go and join them at the shoulder, like so. I'm pinning it. I'll go and join them there, using 1/2 inch, and then I'll finish the neck with a bias tape. So I finished the yoke, I joined the shoulder, and I finished the neckline. I also joined the sleeves together, and I made the elastic casing on the down part, leaving small space for the elastic to pass through. I've also sewn and turned over the lining for the body of the dress. So next off, I'm adjusting the armhole. Is too small, so I'm going to be increasing it. I just marked 4 inches from that point and I curved it out. So because I adjusted the armhole, I am going to be adjusting the sleeve part as well, because they have to be the same. That's the only way they will match. So I'm going to place it on the sleeve and trace it out again. I've already joined the sleeve, so I am taking note of that. So next off, placing right sides together, I'm going to go join the front and the back piece using 1 inch of allowance. Actually, I joined using 2 inches. I later changed it to 2 because I left 2 inches of allowance. So after joining the sides, the dress is coming together already. So I'm going to join the sleeves now. So I'll match them side seam to side seam. So from the side seam, I'll pin to one side and then pin to the other side. Then I'll go and sew it round. I'll repeat the same thing for the second sleeve. So after sewing, I also added elastic pieces to the down part, and this is what we are having so far. Next, I'm going to measure round like so. I'm going to be adding a flay piece to that part. So I folded my fabric here into 4. From the measurement I got, measuring round the neckline. I divided it by 6.28, and then I'm going to have a flay piece that is 4 inches long. So I think I got about 7 inches or so. Then I added the 4 inches I'm using for the length of the flay, and this is what I'm marking here. The next I'm marking the radius, which is the answer I got when I divided the neck round by 6.28. So this is what we have. We're going to be joining it to that neckline before we add the yoke. I'll go fold it, hem the lower part first of all. So I've already hemmed it here, and I'm going to place it, pin it round the neckline, and I will go and sew it in place. I will also pleat in the excess if I have any. So I've sewn the flay piece. Now I'm turning it to the wrong side. So now we have wrong side out. I'm going to place the right side of the yoke into the dress and then pin it. I'll start by matching the sides to the sides and then just following it like that. Just pin it round, and then I'll go and sew it in place, and that's basically it. The dress is ready. I'll just put it all in place and show you what the finished look looks like. Thank you for watching this video this far. I appreciate you. Give it a like if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment below. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And again, please join our Facebook group. It's called First Breed Fashion on Facebook, and also follow our Facebook page. It's also First Breed Fashion. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.